Solving quadratic equations using factorization. Any equation of the form ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0 is called a quadratic equation. This equation has the highest power 2. So when an equation with the highest power of 2 is there, then that equation is called as a quadratic equation. Now we'll see how to factorize these equations. First we'll factorize them and then we'll be solving these equations. Now let us see a few examples. The first question, x squared plus 2x minus 24 equal to 0. In this case, the sum, that will be the middle value. Sum is 2 and the product is minus 24. So our factors will be 6 and minus 4. 6 times minus 4 is minus 24. When you add them, it is a 2. So you can just write this as x plus 6 and x minus 4 will be equal to 0. When it is like this, when it is in multiplication, when will this become a 0? That is, either x plus 6 becomes a 0. 0 multiplied by x minus 4 will give us our answer as 0. Or if x minus 4 becomes a 0, x plus 6 multiplied by 0 will also give us a 0. So our possibilities are either x plus 6 equal to 0 or x minus 4 equal to 0. So from this we get a value for x as minus 6 or x equal to 4. That's it. We have solved it. We have found the value of the alphabet which is in the question. X takes the value minus 6 or 4. Now let us see another question, the second question. In this, when you take the product is minus 44 and the sum is minus 7. So when you multiply, you have to get it as minus 4. When you add them, you have to get it as minus 7. That is minus 11 and 4. When you multiply, it is minus 44. When you add, it is minus 7. So we can write it as x minus 11 and x plus 4 equal to 0. So x minus 11 equal to 0 or x plus 4 equal to 0. So from this we get x as 11 and from this we get x as negative 4. So these are the two answers. Now the third question, x squared plus 3x equal to 54. This is on the other side. So we take it to this side. So it is x squared plus 3x minus 54 will be equal to 0. So we shift all the terms in the equation to one side. Now our product has to be minus 54 and the sum has to be 3. So the numbers are plus 9 and minus 6. Then only when you multiply, you get a negative 54. And when you add it, you get a plus 3. So our factors will be x plus 9 and x minus 6 will be equal to 0. So x will be equal to this one when you, or write another step, x plus 9 equal to 0 or x minus 6 equal to 0. So x will be equal to negative 9 or 6. Now the fourth question, 3t square minus 14t plus 8 equal to 0. Here instead of x, we have the alphabet t. The procedure will be the same, but we'll have our answer instead of x, we'll get our answers as t equal to. Now in this case, the product, there is a term in front of this. The product has to be equal to multiply. 8 and 3 is 24. Then when you add it, it has to be, sum has to be equal to minus 12. So when you add it, it has to be minus 12 and minus 2. When you multiply it, it is 24. When you add it, it is minus 12. So now this first term write as it is 3t squared. Instead of this 14t, we are going to write like this. Minus 12t minus 2t plus 8 equal to 0. Now in these two terms, 3t is common. So here in the first term, t is left out. Here when we take a t, 3t, you will be getting a 4. Now always cross check. 3t into t is 3t squared. 3t into minus 4 is minus 12t. So we got it correct. Now whatever is in the bracket, write it over here. And then see that which number you have to multiply in order to get this. So you have to multiply by a negative 2. So that will be equal to 0. Now t minus 4 is common. So it will be 3t minus 2 equal to 0. So either t minus 4 equal to 0 or 3t minus 2 equal to 0. So t will be equal to 4 or t will be equal to, this will go over here and 2 over 3. So t equal to 4 or t equal to 2 over 3. So these are the two answers. Now the fifth question, 4x square plus 9x equal to 0. Here there is no constant. So automatically x is common in these two terms. So we take an x outside. So it will be 4x plus 9 equal to 0. So either x equal to 0 or 4x plus 9 will be equal to 0. X equal to 0 or 4x will be equal to minus 9. X will be equal to minus 9 over 4. We can write it as x equal to 0 or minus 9 over 4. Now the sixth question, 24x square minus 19x plus 2 equal to 0. Now our product has to be 24 into 2 is 48 and the sum has to be equal to minus 19. So it will be minus 16 and minus 3. When you multiply minus 16 and minus 3, it is 48. When you add them, it is minus 19. So we'll write it 24x square minus 16x, then minus 3x plus 2 equal to 0. So in this 24 and now between the common factor of 24 and 16 is 8 and 8x. So 3x minus 2. So whatever is in the bracket, we write it over here. So minus 1 will be equal to 0. So this will be equal to 3x minus 2 into 8x minus 1 will be equal to 0. So 3x minus 2 equal to 0 or 8x minus 1 equal to 0. In this, x will be equal to 2 will be positive divided by 3 or x will be equal to 1 over 8. Seventh question, 25t square minus 49 equal to 0. This can be written as 5t the whole square minus 7 squared equal to 0. We know the formula for a square minus b squared equal to a plus b, a minus b. So we can apply that over here. This is a and this is b. So it will be 5t minus 7 or 5t plus 7. 5t minus 7 will be equal to 0. Like a square minus b square is a plus b, a minus b. So it is 5t plus 7, 5t minus 7. So either 5t plus 7 equal to 0 or 5t minus 7 equal to 0. So t will be equal to minus 7 over 5 or t will be equal to 7 over 5. So these are the two answers. Now the eighth question, 3x squared minus 4 equal to 0. This 4 can be written as 2 square, but 3x the whole squared we cannot write, like 25 was a square number, so we write it. But 3 is not a square number, so in that case we cannot write it. What we do is we just shift the 4 to the other side. So 3x squared will be equal to 4. So x squared will be equal to 4 over 3. So x will be equal to square root of 4 over 3. But when we write a square root, here we always have to remember that we need to write a plus or minus. Then only we will get your answer as correct. That is, x will be equal to plus square root of 4 over 3 and x will be equal to minus square root of 4 over 3. So two answers we get. Even in this case also, when you do it, you will be getting that. That is why here we have minus. Even in this question also, if you are doing it directly, like for example, we'll do this directly, that is 25t square will be equal to 49. So this one will be t squared will be equal to 49 over 25. So t will be equal to square root of 49 over 25. Square root of 49 is 7 and square root of 25 is 5. But when we take a square root, I told you we need to write a plus or minus. So the value for t is plus 7 over 5 or minus 7 over 5. See the same thing, we have got it over here. So you do like this or using the formula, you do both the methods are correct. Now the ninth question, 2m square equal to 50. So m square will be equal to 50 divided by 2. So m square will be equal to 25. So m square root of f25 is 5. So we write it as plus or minus 5. Always whenever you take a square root, you need to remember that you need to write a plus or minus 5. Why is it is negative of minus 5 the whole square is also 25. Positive 5 square is also 25. That is why when you are squaring it over here, m squared, that is Plus 5 square will also give us 25. Minus 5 square will also give us 25. That is the reason why you need to write a plus or minus 5 hereafter whenever you are solving square root questions. The 10th question, splitting the middle term, we will be using here in word problems. The perimeter of a rectangle is 42 centimeter. If the diagonal is 15 centimeter, find the width of the rectangle. So we are given with the rectangle. The perimeter is given as 42 and the diagonal, this is the diagonal, is given as 15 centimeter. And we know that all the corners in a rectangle are right angles. And then the perimeter is given as 42 centimeters. And the formula for the perimeter of the rectangle is 2L plus B. That will be equal to 42 centimeters. Now, when we divide it, L plus B will be equal to 42 divided by 2. That will be equal to 21. So, our length and breadth together, when you add, it is equal to 21. So, our length will be equal to 21 minus the breadth. So, this is the length. Length will be 21 minus the breadth, and this will be the breadth. Now, we know by the Pythagoras theorem, the hypotenuse square will be equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides. So, it will be 21 minus b the whole squared plus b squared will be equal to 15 squared. And we can apply the formula of a minus b the whole squared. So, it will be 21 square minus 2 into 21 into b plus b square. Then again a plus b square will be equal to 15 square is 225. So, now b square here and b square here. So, it will be 2b square. 2b square minus 42b plus 441, and this one when we take it, it is 225 will be equal to 0. So, it will be 2b squared minus 42b plus 216 will be equal to 0. I'll solve it over here. So, that is, we have our equation as 2b squared minus 42b plus 216 equal to 0. The entire equation is divisible by 2. So, divide this by 2. So, we get it as b square minus 21b plus 108 equal to 0. So, the product is 108. Sum has to be 21. So, it will be minus 12 and minus 9. So, minus 12 and minus 9, when you add, it is minus 21. When you multiply, it is 108. So, it will be b minus 12 and b minus 9 will be equal to 0. B will be equal to 12 or 9. And our breadth has to be a smaller value. So, our breadth will be equal to 9 centimeter and our length will be equal to 12 centimeters. 11th question. A man bought a certain number of golf balls for $20. If each ball had cost 20 cents less, he could have bought 5 more for the same money. How many golf balls did he buy? Now let us take that number of balls which he buys will be equal to x. Therefore, the cost of each ball will be equal to, this is in dollars, isn't it? But here it is in cents. So, we'll convert it into cents. So, 20 into 100 divided by x cents. Because dollars, to convert it into cents, we multiply by 100. So, it is 2000 divided by x cents. If 5 more balls are bought, that is 5 more balls are bought, then now the number of balls will be equal to x plus 5. In this case, the cost of each ball, the same 2000 divided by x plus 5, because one number of balls are x plus 5. So, the cost will be divided by the total number. The new price is 20 cents less than the original price. So, now this new price is 20 cents lesser. So, this is a smaller number. So, if you subtract these two, the answers will be equal to 20. So, it will be 2000 over x minus 2000 over x plus 5 will be equal to 20. Now we need to simplify this and find out the value for x. Once we get the value for x, then we can find out that many golf balls he bought. 2000 over x minus 2000 over x plus 5 will be equal to 20. Now the LCM of it is x into x plus 5. So now 2000 will be multiplied with x plus 5 minus 2000x will be equal to 20. So now when we multiplied this 2000 inside, 2000x plus 10,000 minus 2000x divided by x square plus 5x will be equal to 20. This 2000x and 2000x will get cancelled. So we are left out with 10,000x. 10,000 will be equal to 20 into x square plus 100x. Now we'll shift everything to one side. So 20x square plus 100x minus 10,000 will be equal to 0. Now this entire equation divide by 20. So when we divide by 20, we get it as x square plus 5x minus 500 will be equal to 0. So now our sum has to be 5 and the product has to be minus 500. So our factors will be minus 25 and 20. So it will be x minus 25 and x plus 20 will be equal to 0. For this, the factors will be plus 25 and minus plus 25 and minus 20. Now when we divide by 20, we get our equation as x square plus 5x minus 500 will be equal to 0. The factors are 25 and negative 20. So we'll get it as x plus 25, x minus 20 equal to 0. So x will be equal to minus 25, x will be equal to 20. Now the number of balls cannot be negative. Therefore, the number of balls he bought will be equal to 20. Thank you.